Gods, can you believe it? We are here. It's G1 Champions League LAN Finals Day. We had a very slight delay, but more or less on time. IG versus LGD well through the picking stage. Are you excited? Is your body ready, Gods?
My body is ready. I don't know if this is what I was expecting, but boy, am I thrilled looking at some of these picks.
Oh man, so much to talk about. You know, one thing that we discussed towards the end there was IG might need something a little bit different from just the Night Stalker Sven, but they disagree. They don't get the Bounty Hunter. That was sort of the other core component of that strategy, but they get the Night Stalker, they get the Sven. Still looks like a pretty gank-heavy lineup.
Yeah, they've got the two solid supports with the Leshrac Rubik. Maybe we even see a solo Rubik, but mostly they just need that off-lane hero for YYF. LGD, we said they need to extend their hero pool. Well, oh boy, have they done that, and they've done that by tenfold. Firstly, they picked the Batrider, so IG took the gamble. They left Batrider in the pool thinking maybe LGD don't play it well. LGD take it. They take the Undying as well. They take a Luna. This Undying Batrider is something Empire have used a lot. It's something that DK have used really effectively. It is a scary amount of aggression that you can throw at your opponents. And I think Luna fits into that really well.
Oh, God's trump card? Trump card.
Okay.
Here's the trump card.
Here we
The
go.
Death Prophet. Whoa. And it's a Zhou Death Prophet. Oh, man. What a treat.
Well, we are in for an absolute thriller of a game one here. IG versus LGD. Best of 3 series. This is just game number 1, but man, have these two teams come up with some very intriguing and interesting picks. Something we haven't seen at all really over the last few weeks, except maybe I'd say from DK a bit in that finals against IG from the WCG China qualifier. But this is a whole new ballpark, and this is teams. They're not holding back here. Every match so important being a single elimination format.
You know, one sort of storyline coming to this match, Gods, is the role changes with LGD, and I gotta wonder how are they gonna settle down for this game? Who's gonna be playing what? It looks like Xiao8 is gonna maintain command of one of those solo lanes, and on this Batrider is rushing a bottle, maybe going solo mid, but Xiao8 on the Batrider, Sylar rushing either the Ring of Aquila or more likely the Tranquil Boots, going for that Zhou build on Luna. Yao on the Undying will, I believe, be getting some farm on this lane, although I think he bought these observers, so maybe not. Sentry Wards up on DDC, and SC playing that Enigma.
Well, over on the Dire side, the undefeated Invictus Gaming, we've got YYF playing the Sven, storming out front, Faith playing the Leshrac, Ferrari 430 on what has become his really only hero this G1 League, the Night Stalker, Zhou playing the Death Prophet, and Chuan on the Rubik. Right off the bat, both teams meeting up in the Radiant Jungle, and it's going to be an Undying Ice Path with it. Not Undying Ice Path, Decay, followed by an Ice Path from DDC. I'm changing Dota 2 as we speak. I'm giving heroes new spells, LD. This is how crazy I am.
Only IG is so good that they get... I mean, that's something that maybe LGD need, rather, is maybe they need that Ice Path on their Undying to take this game. Like you said, IG undefeated and really have gotten the best of LGD so many times in these recent matchups. But, you know, it is anyone's ballgame. LGD have been practicing hard for this match. Off the bat, a small victory for them. Getting some dewarding going. Let's try to take a look at these lanes. Faith, YYF towards the bottom lane, with Chuan there as well. Offensive tri-lane from IG, but already the wards getting taken off the map. This is definitely going to make life safer, and Gods, they are offensive tri-lane against an Undying and a Jakiro. This is rather dangerous, to say the least.
Very dangerous, and Luna adds a lot of damage to these heroes. Going for the aura level 1, that's 14 damage going to all these heroes in this tri-lane. Interesting, IG once again go with this sort of Zhou safe lane solo. We've seen it in the past with Necrolite. He's going to do it here with Death Prophet. IG are really confident with their ability to offensive tri-lane. They've been having YYF in that sort of tri-lane farming role a couple of times here.
Yeah, let's see if they can make it happen. What they do have is amazing, reliable initiation and good amounts of burst damage. For the moment, great wards placed by LGD. Although, to be honest, they're seeing everyone from IG anyway, but if they try to rotate out of this lane, if they go for a smoke, which Faith actually doesn't have, Chuan doesn't have, so no smokes, at least not early on from these guys. In the middle lane, it's Xiao8 on the Batrider against Ferrari's Night Stalker. This is a very tough matchup for Night Stalker.
Oh yeah, Night Stalker's not going to have fun here at all. But Ferrari, he's used to these tough matchups. He's been playing Night Stalker every game, had to verse heroes like Queen of Pain at times. And he always sort of goes up against these ranged heroes who can outlast hit him. He just rushes the bottle, uses his void to farm creeps early on, so he gets his ball up nice and fast. And he's already got that up. He didn't even buy any tangos to start with, so he'll just sit back, get levels, and that's all he's really after. Is just the levels in this mid lane.
You know, the most important item in Dota is always a teleport scroll, and never more so than in this game. Batrider and Night Stalker, if either one of these TPs down to that bottom lane and the other one doesn't respond immediately, it probably is going to be a disaster for these tri-lanes. So important to make sure you have your wards up, but the one thing you can never count on is going to be those TP ganks.
Oh yeah, and it's something which we're not going to see. The top lane, Enigma versus Death Prophet, we're not going to see much movement around the map from these two heroes, and Death Prophet probably can do okay against the Enigma. You can farm the Eidolons a bit using the Carrion Storm. We'll probably see even a fast bottle coming out on Zhou as well, just because of how cheap and cost-effective it is on him. That will allow him to spam that Carrion Storm a lot as well. Zhou 8, Ferrari, they're the two heroes who will be looking to be mobile, looking to gank once they get up to early levels. Like you mentioned, a TP scroll, come towards the tri-lane, and then suddenly the tri-lane can just get completely turned on its heels.
Yeah, that's definitely a concern, and well, we have a bit of a pause. This is a LAN event, so players not necessarily, you know, you hope that they have everything set up just the way they like it, but gods, there's no place like home when it comes to that. And you know, we saw it at TI2. Even at TI2, there were very occasional pauses. They did need a little bit of setup time, a little bit of time to get comfortable, but YYF reconnects to the game. Hopefully Zhou will be soon to follow. What do you think about this matchup top lane? Death Prophet versus Enigma seems, at least on paper, like a pretty even matchup.
Yeah, I think both heroes do okay here. We've got an Enigma with a Ring of Protection early. Maybe we'll see some Tranquil Boots coming out with the Soul Ring, going for that the unlimited mana and decent HP regen that you get from that combination. I think Zhou, depending on his art, if he goes for the early bottle, maybe mixes in some other regen as well. And I think he can come out slightly on top in terms of farm. But Enigma not going to have too much of a problem, at least getting some farm of his own. So it's really a bit of a wash as far as the lane goes. Neither hero are able to leave the lane either. If Death Prophet leaves, Enigma can push the tower. It goes both ways. So the one thing we may see is Night Stalker or Batrider looking to go for a fairly early gank on the top lane, because I think that's more important for them to gank that lane than it is to gank the tri lane.
Well, one thing that we saw happen in a previous match was, this was when IG was behind versus Orange. They lost a tri-lane, or no, it was against DK actually in the WCG China finals. DK was leading early. They ran an offensive tri-lane with a Void, an Undying, and a Venomancer. They got the tower early. They were dominating their tri-lane. So what IG did, Ferrari went to the bottom lane. He went to the 1v1 matchup, and that was where the comeback began. It's like you said, sometimes, even though there's 3 heroes there, on paper, maybe you can get more kills. It's a little bit easier to get that kill against the solo hero, less variables, and, well, the game gets some pause. So we're going to find out soon who's going to strike first. For the moment, very even, but you know it's only a matter of time before this game explodes.
Oh yeah, IG, it's always about this mass gank lineup. They want to get aggressive, they want to get kills. LGD, they've got the tri-lane who can stand up to it. They've got what is actually support Undying coming out of Yao. A very unexpected role for him, but he's sort of on the front lines taking it up while Luna comes in for the last hits. It's a really interesting setup. Undying's in no danger. He's just naturally tanky with Decay with his raw HP, and you've got DDC with the Ice Path to back him up, so it is a big switch around. Early battering on the Enigma at the top lane, but for now, LGD, things looking pretty good for them, I'd say, all around as far as the laning stage goes.
Yeah, we talked about, you know, just having sort of a comfortable laning setup, having lanes that are going to work in this version. Undying Jakiro is really the perfect 2 heroes to counter aggression, especially in the laning stage. And IG, it's not that they can't turn this around, but off the bat, I got to say, the lanes, because this tri-lane is so much better for LGD, I got to give them the edge here. And also Batrider versus Night Stalker. Like you said, you can do some Bottle Crow, you can farm to some extent, but it's still a lane that Batrider's going to win unless someone rotates in, and they can't really leave the tri-lane because it's a Sven farming. It's a hero that needs support.
Yeah, I think IG, the supports are stuck bottom. They got to stay with this tri-lane versus tri-lane at bottom. So if anything, we see Night Stalker maybe just struggle. Maybe he just sort of leaves the lane and goes for that gank either at bottom or top as soon as possible. He can even do so before it's nighttime if he really wants. A gank at top lane, they can get a kill on this Enigma with the slow, with the nuke coming out of Ferrari if he's got the mana to do it with the bottle.
They are giving this courier a serious workout. Bottle is finally going to journey all the way up to the top lane, be delivered to Zhou. You'll notice he's getting that 3-minute time. We're at a point where in 3 minutes, that's when the ward's in, and that's when the nighttime begins. That's also when Batrider is going to get his lasso. Speaking of Batrider, Batman's gone in mid, wants to go in Ferrari. Only 1 stack, but actually it looks like he was forced to use his haste rune. Dropped a little bit low. YYF, meanwhile, taking some damage on the bottom lane. So Blow's being traded. Nobody's been knocked down just yet. But, oh, man, you could feel it coming.
Oh, man. I'd say this favors LGD a bit. IG want to go... I mean, their lineup isn't designed to be getting kills and ganks from the get-go, from the laning stage. If they can, though, it's a huge, huge win for them. LGD just want to get the farm up. And as far as CS goes, they're doing better in the safe lane with the Luna. The Batrider's out farming the Night Stalker at mid, so for now it's LGD in a better position. The question comes, once IG get those early levels, once they start roaming around, going for the mass gank lineup, can LGD counter gank? Can they avoid those ganks?
I feel like there's so much more pressure on Ferrari this game than there has been in the past for IG, because they're offensive tri-laning with a Sven, so they can't leave the Sven. They can't really get aggressive in the lane because it's an Undying and a Jakiro. And as far as their other safe lanes go, it's a Death Prophet. Like you said, not a hero who can gank. So I feel it's not that Ferrari has to carry the whole weight for this entire game, but he's got to start the ball rolling. He's got to find an opening somewhere. And it's certainly a hero that's capable of doing so in this version. But for the moment, he's not having fun mid. He's 10 CS behind, 9 denies behind. We are seeing zhou 8. I actually remember you and I chatted about this, and you know, zhou 8 known mostly, I think, for his decision-making above all else, but he's showing some good lane control. He's showing that he can play against one of the most mechanically gifted players in the world in Ferrari and still dominate a matchup that he should dominate.
Yeah, he's doing it well. He's doing it right so far. Well, he needs to do that. If he doesn't outlane Ferrari as his hero should, if he gives Ferrari a bit too much CS, a bit more XP than he should be getting, suddenly Ferrari is just such a bigger threat come mid-game time. So he needs to have that strong early game start, which right now it's working out well for him. And I think right now for IG, the problem is, like you said, this bottom lane trial, they can't leave it. For LGD, they're using these pulls. They do block the pull once again with a Sentry Ward, so they're constantly... I think that's the second time they've blocked it now. It got dewarded, and then they blocked it again after the Sentry Ward expired. So they make sure that LGD can't just out-level them using those pulls. And for IG, the one real worry is that their supports are kind of stuck here. They can't use pulls like the LGD team can. DD
taking a lot of damage in the top lane, is being driven back. Now, DD, a player who we've seen him mostly in that 4 position. He is playing in the offlane role this game, something that they've experimented with. This is, again, sort of the 3rd time they've switched the roles up. But one thing that's interesting about this is we've only seen him play an offlane bounty hunter. This is the first time we've seen him play something else. So far, he is holding his own to some extent. He's getting a lot of denies. Bottom lane, the aggression maybe about to pick off. They throw Sylar into the tower. Ice Path is here. They heal as well. Not in time. IG draws first blood.
Wow, IG, that's a kill they wanted. That's a kill they needed. And boy, is that what IG are going to be happy to see that. Getting a kill on this Luna. Luna, who was highest CS in the game at this point, and just gets caught a little bit out of position there.
It's getting close now as that action gives us something to watch while we wait for the first nighttime to begin for Batrider. Another thing that's been going well for zhou 8 is he has been controlling the runes. He's picked up a double damage rune. He had a haste rune earlier. And Batrider, not the best pushing here. You don't really want to blow flame... You don't want to blow Firefly just to push the lane, but as a general rule, but you can, and he's controlling the runes as a result.
Yeah, but right now it's Ferrari who's sort of finding his own a bit. He's just spamming the Void as much as possible on zhou 8, keeping zhou 8 low. He's actually going to go running right into zhou 8, forces out a Firefly. It's actually Ferrari sort of going on the aggressive, even against the Batrider who's got a full level and a half lead on him. He's still being aggressive. And right now, IG are using magic sticks and magic wands to great effect. You've got Ferrari with a full charge. You've got the bottom lane trial lane, all 3 heroes having one.
Oh,
and
no.
Ferrari, he's found zhou 8 in the mid lane. Oh no, zhou 8, he's got no Firefly. A kill goes to Ferrari, a solo kill from zhou 8.
You know, something I was about to say is I would like to see a TP scroll on DD. I was just about to say it when he circled around. Ferrari showing that, well, he is still one of the top dogs when it comes to solo mid. And frankly, I gotta say, a bit of a misplay from zhou 8. Once you see him get the rune, you know he's off the map. You gotta back up. You gotta get back to full HP. Furious Salve. Go towards the small camp. Get away from that tower. He was a sitting duck there. He took too long to run away, and Ferrari punished it.
Yeah, that's 2 kills now going the way of IG. This is the kind of thing IG are just going to capitalize on whenever possible. They know that they maybe don't have the best lineup for out-farming LGD in the laning stage, and LGD are going to look to group up and push, but if IG can get these kills, can get these ganks, they're off to a fantastic start, and right now that's what they're doing. Their trial lane's working out as well as you can really have an offensive trial lane work out, and here comes the rotation from Ferrari.
Yeah, Ferrari on the prowl. Actually, TP's top. This is the TP gank. This is that, you know, X factor you can't expect, but it's going to be scouted by the Eidolons. Can DD get out in time? He's got to run now. I don't think he can make it. This should be his death. Needs to Malefice this right away. Needs a TP to help him out. He'll TP. Actually, the mini stun already used up. The stake from Ferrari should have held on to that and lets him get away as a result.
I think if he holds on to it, Enigma just gets back to the tower, though. I think either way, Enigma survives there. So for Ferrari, that was just amazing play by Enigma. He had the Eidolons there. It was from Ferrari, it was a really bit of mind games. He ran bottom lane. He actually ran through an LGD ward. I don't know if he ran through the ward on purpose, but he ran through the ward and then TP'd top. So LGD are thinking, okay, he's bottom. But he just TP'd top when he got out of range.
Look at IG. They 3-man roam towards the bottom rune. They expected Batrider to be here. I believe this was spotted by this observer ward we see on the cliff. So they saw zhou going for that rune, and they said, hey, let's throw 3 heroes at him. Maybe we'll get that first stun, and then we can follow it up. Good point about Ferrari. Maybe not a mistake in the end. And, well, bottom lane, Yao up to level 5. LGD running such a potentially devastating tri-lane, but just not really finding the openings yet. You got to wonder, what should they be doing differently? Should Enigma be rotating here? It looks like they think he should. He's on the bottom lane now. Perhaps Batrider should be there as well. He's getting close to a Blink Dagger. 4 heroes grouped up for IG, and this is a bit of a death ball from them.
Oh yeah, they need to start taking down some towers fairly soon. They've got the plus armor from the battering on DD. He's just spending some time in the jungle for the time being, waiting maybe for the opening to come out and strike. Probably also concerned that he'll just get spotted by an observer board if he comes out, so maybe he wants his team to be initiating on those kills. And zhou trying to rush that Blink Dagger. That's the other thing they really need. A fast Blink Dagger on him will just allow him to go for this group up as 5 and push. He can find the pickoffs. Then LGD with a 5v4 scenario, there's no way IG can defend their towers.
Look at what happens. Enigma doesn't feel safe top anymore. Nighttime is up. Night Stalker's been off the map. He leaves the lane. What does zhou do? Zhou pushes the lane. This is the combo. This is the power of Night Stalker to just simply by existing and being relatively high level as a solo, it changes the way you play. To some extent, it's like being up against a Pudge. Suddenly, you're seeing hooks where they aren't. Pudge is actually ganky bottom. You're like, oh, I know he's in the trees there. And LGD, it's the smart play to rotate the Enigma bottom. They also want the help here in case Night Stalker shows up. He will come top now, but the damage to some extent, it's already been done. This tower is dropping pretty low.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of IG. They know they don't want LGD grouping up, so they deal with that by going for this sort of split push. They force TP's top, and now IG look for the kills at bottom lane.
Oh, this could be bad. There's a level 3 tombstone. They really got to be careful about how they initiate. You can't necessarily focus down on dying, but God, if you don't, he generally makes you pay. SC up to level 8, still has that black hole, and the counter ganking potential with Batrider and Enigma is quite high. zhou has decided not to gank. LGD is just playing ultra safe, trying to wait this first nighttime out. Sure, they gave up 2 kills, but as long as they stem the bleeding, as long as they don't lose too many towers to the Death Prophet, once this first nighttime ends, they're going to have some openings of their own. They're going to have that blink up on Batrider and GoDz. I think that's when we're going to see LGDs make some moves.
Yeah, I'm wondering where does Death Prophet go with this item. If IG are going to be forced to teamfight, maybe we see something like a Death Prophet just going for those utility items, going for the mech for the team. Maybe a 4-staff, because right now, LGD will look to force those team fights. Once it's daytime, once they can group up and push, once the Blink Dagger is up for zhou, and boy, is he getting pretty close to that now. 1,700 gold on him. And daytime, it's approaching faster than IG would like.
You know, the last time we saw Ferrari on Night Stalker, he was like a ping-pong ball, just bouncing from lane to lane, always swatting back and forth, scoring those kills wherever he went. But, you know, sure, he's been a bit of a pressure. We've talked about how he's had an influence without getting kills. You still want to get those kills. This is plan B. This is not ideal for IG. But what they do get now is a tier 1 top. That creates some more safety for zhou to farm. And also the Batrider. He's rushing to Blink. He should have it very soon. It looks like DD wants to rush one of his own.
Yeah, DD. We'll see that and initiation coming in from the Enigma as well. And this is really the beauty of this Death Prophet pick. As opposed to doing the safe lane solo Necrolite, is that IG know they're going to have to be able to counter push these lanes when LGD group up. LGD want to group up as 5. They want to push mid, they want to push bottom, but they're constantly forced to have 1, sometimes even 2 heroes top to defend. The Death Prophet is getting towers. Night Stalker even comes in to force heroes to back up this top lane, and, well, LGD, as a result, are just not being able to put on the pressure they'd like as far as going straight for those towers that are on IG's side.
I believe it was an interview with zhou done by Kurt Koz of Gosu Gamers where zhou said that he thought one of the issues with IG is sometimes they're too aggressive. And if LGD play correctly, if they don't make mistakes, then IG waste a lot of time. Now we're seeing, like you said, it's not just aggression, it's also finding the farm, using the fact that the enemy's playing defensively against them, punishing them in that way. And now with this Fen, we've seen the tower diving. He is a pretty fearsome pusher. Plus 8 armor for the entire creep wave and every hero. And here comes LGD. They've got the Batrider. They blink in, but immediately telekinesis up in the air. Faith is dropping low. Tombstone will drop. It is daytime. Batrider's doing good damage. Here comes the Eclipse as well. YY first to fall. The zombies chopping through Faith. Need another decay. Maybe a soul rip. He should drop. No, he doesn't. Yao can't bring him down. And SCDD Didn't go for the blink, went for the Ogre Club, but by golly, if he had somehow farmed a blink by now, I think we could have seen that fight go a hell of a lot worse for IG. IG, the Batrider blink now revealed they only lose one.
Yeah, that could have gone a hell of a lot worse. And LGD, they just didn't have the follow-up disables, really. They had Batrider pick up one, and once Ice Path is in use, they don't have the chasing heroes. They don't have the Night Stalker, Sven, Bounty Hunter type heroes to get the kills once they get ahead in the fight. And IG just use their mobility to back out of there. And now they're ready to go. They're ready to fight and push this mid lane, at least put on some pressure once again. And like you say, the Enigma, he's gone for this Ogre Club. He couldn't get in position for a Black Hole. He really was limited in what he could do that team.
Well, Ferrari, no wonder he didn't have nighttime available. He has skipped darkness. We've seen him do this occasionally in the past as well. Just opting for that first night to be a little more explosive, but limiting how long it lasts. And Zhou gets that tier 1 mid. The pressure continues to mount. And one issue for this LGD lineup is how do they counter push? Who's safe to do it? They don't have an anti-mates. They don't have an ultra tanky carry like a lone druid. They don't really have a hero that's safe to be farming by themselves, and IG is exploiting that.
Yeah, IG, I think the only way that they can counter push is to just dive in and go for a fight, but that requires LGD to be in position, have 5 heroes there ready, have the initiation power coming from the Batrider, and he's getting, like happened last fight, immediate telekinesis. If his team aren't there to back him up, he goes down during that telekinesis from the burst damage of a Sven stun, a Night Stalker Void, the Leshrac damage as well. There's plenty of burst damage to bring him down, so he's going to have to always have the hero behind him.
YYF gets caught. The Batrider last one to start this one off now. YYF very under-leveled and an easy kill about to be claimed by IG. Even with the Stormbolt, I don't see him living, but he is somehow getting so far away. Man, can that Rogue Knight book it. He is chugging, he is pushing, but zhou says, hell no, and he blinks forward, secures the kill. Meanwhile, the counter push. This is starting to get quite annoying. LGD, they find a kill, and what does IG do? Well, they start to work on a third tower. This would be the last tier 1.
Yeah, Zhou is just really playing amazingly, putting on great pressure around the map, and not a player for IG who often gets much recognition for his contributions, because he does play the farming role in a team who plays super aggressive. They go for the kills, and he's really... This is not that sort of super... There's no kills for IG. We mentioned during the start that they have to expect to not find kills easily. LGD, they're grouped up, they're sticking together, and how do you deal with that? You split push. That's where Zhou comes in. He's the backup plan, and he is right now executing the strategy perfectly.
I completely agree. This is a bit of a nuisance. Chuan has stolen Lucent Beam, and this gives him such a long-range sniping power, and unlike Luna, has absolutely zero mana issues. She doesn't have... She has a slight amount. He can just... The burst damage he can unload on this LGD team, it's really going to punish the fact that they don't have a mech, they don't have a pipe, they're rushing BKBs, they rush the Blink Dagger on the Batrider. Oftentimes we see LGD, they go for the early mech, they go for maybe a little bit more pushy when they run a hero like Enigma, but GoDz, they're going more for their mid-game team fights. They want to make sure IG can't silence or stun them, but the downside of this is going to be that they don't have that mech, they don't have quite as much sustainability in these fights.
Yeah, the fights over this mid-game stage are not going to be LGD's forte, and I think right now they realize the group up push kind of style of play using the Undying and Bat isn't going to work because of how IG is split pushing. So they've got a backup plan. LGD, they weren't all in with the strategy. They've got a fantastic late game with Luna as a carry, with the Batrider initiation, with an ultimate that goes through BKB, and then you've got Enigma. Black Hole goes through BKB as well. He's not going to be able to have his Black Hole cancelled once he has a BKB up. So really, LG's late game is really scary. They're now starting to transition into that phase, not going for the mech, going straight for BKBs, deciding that they can't push down early towers.
Well, one thing that you always have to worry about is Chuan's Rubik. That is the one way they actually can cancel that Black Hole. Can't count on it, can't rely on it, but Chuan, he has a way, GoDz. What did he have in that group stages? He had 11, 1, and 17 Lina in a game where I think his team had around 30 kills. It was sensational, and that was a Lina. That was a hero that has some playmaking ability, but Rubik just next level in that regard. LGD, they definitely have to be careful. The good news for them is they have probably the best initiator in this version, a Blink Batrider, 5 heroes smoked up. Both teams know exactly where they are. Look at that cone drawn on the map by Ferrari. The jig is up without it actually being revealed.
Yeah, it looks like, oh, maybe that's where IG want to go. Maybe they want to go around. There's a smoke up on Ferrari. Are they going to use this? Little pretty lines being drawn on the map by both teams, and there IG go. They smoke up. This is risky because they're going up the ramp, they're going up the high ground. LGD will have that sort of high ground vision advantage. Nope, they back off. They're not going to be in a position to scout this out at the right time. And Well, the backstab, it's on, and LGD need to get the tombstone down as fast as possible.
no.
They need to try to get that bigger black hole off as well.
They don't want Jakiro to get initiated upon first. He's such a key hero with that ice path. Zhou is going to reveal the gank. Stormbolt on him, but he hits the Firefly. Black hole catches out 3. Now the Eclipse, insane damage, and the macro Pirate Batrider's doing work. He's bringing them all low. LGD are turning the fight around. 3 heroes dead, and they're looking for more. Zhou on the run. Faith on the run. God, it's a 2-hero ice path. Are you kidding me? Zhou is single-handedly killing everybody on his own. Oh my goodness, what an amazing fight from both teams.
Oh man, it's so hard for IG to team fight, but you have to get the perfect initiation off. You have to somehow find a way to not get caught in a massive tombstone. The ice path as well. There's just so much strong early to mid-game team fight from this LGD team. IG, they have the damage to bring down heroes, but they want to pick off a hero, then go for a quick little retreat, then go but re-engage quickly. But LGD didn't let them do that. The huge black hole coming out from ddD, and then Luna followed it up with some big damage. Sylar getting close to a BKB of his own, and right now LGD, their item progression is looking really good. This is the start LGD were kind of hoping for. Apart from not being able to push down towers, the team fight is working out well for them.
Yeah, real difference in strategy this game. That being said, IG on paper, gods, they do have some answers to BKB. Of course, they have the Death Prophet ultimate, which does physical damage. BKB won't help you against that. You also have Sven. Now, the issue with this Sven is, well, YYF is not exactly farming well. It was an offensive tri-lane Sven. You don't expect it. But really, I think this IG team was counting a bit more on the ganks. They're not out of it. They are trying to be aggressive. They know the black hole is down. And in fact, Yao got to be careful here. Stormbolt will only hit a 1. They do have the ice path. Will they actually go in 3-hero ice path? Usually this means the gank is over, but it's not. Look at that long-range snipe. Zhou blinks in. I think this might be a mistake. No, it's not. He wands up. He will at least survive. Now the zombies ending this aggression, ending this push, and YYF is going to drop again. Faith next in line. IG have overextended, and IG are paying in spades.
Oh, this has not been a good game for YYF. He's still level 6 as well. That's really the big issue for some of these IG heroes, is that they're fairly under-leveled. There's a 5k XP difference between the two teams. Every hero from that offensive tri-lane just hasn't got the levels they need. Nightstalker at mid not doing too well, level 9. Death Prophet's the only one excelling, getting kills in these fights and getting a huge amount of farm, but you can't rely entirely on a Death Prophet to take these mid to late game team fights, and for LGD, they're going to have BKB soon, which is okay for IG. When they think Death Prophet's our main source of damage, they will still be doing that damage, but it's just a matter of not being able to cancel the black hole and LGD having this strong death ball.
Well, that Death Prophet is massive, isn't she, though? 8.3k net worth. Bloodstone completed, has had this for a while. Now the plate mail up. Double damage rune bottled in. Why the hell not? Let's buy a magic wand, because that is clearly the next logical item after your Bloodstone, after your plate mail. Of course, very cost efficient. Just wants to spend everything out. Middle lane at DD will pop a BKB charge. I think maybe could have baited that a second or two longer, but didn't want to risk it. Is just going to run away.
Oh, it looks like for now.
Uh-oh.
Bit of hit and run.
Yeah, IG just all over the map, and LGD leading in kills, guys. Even if they were behind by 3 or 4, I would say they're doing a great job against this IG lineup. They're leading, and they've only given up 5 kills in 21 minutes.
Yeah, this is not what you were expecting with IG versus LG. The last 2 times these two teams have met have been very one-sided affairs. First in the G1 League group stage, then in the WCG China qualifiers quarterfinals. Both those series best of 3, well, best of 2 going in the G1 group stage, going 2 at IG, then IG 2-0 win in that best of 3. All very convincing, all very one-sided games. But LGD, they've got their shit together. They figured out this IG team. They had a plan and strategy in mind, and it just involved picking some new heroes, changing their style of play, and it's working out well for them.
They've got their BKBs too. Luna's got one. Enigma's got one. Luna doesn't have the level 2 ultimate. Very unfortunate. Boy, would you like to have that. Her ult scales incredibly well. Doubles the number of beams from that level 1 ultimate to the level 2. And IG sieging this tower, the one weakness for LGD. Well, Batrider can jump in, but if you jump into a Death Prophet ult without backup, it's going to be tough, but he goes for it anyway. The telekinesis is there immediately. Ice Path on 2, now the Eclipse. Black hole again by Yao. What a black hole, or sorry, by DD. Everybody melts and gods. IG is just not respecting the counter initiation, the team fight of LGD, and they are paying. Oh my goodness, are they ever paying?
Holy crap. This is what Sylar got interviewed by Kurt Coast before this tournament. He said, well, what do you do against IG? What do you do against IG? And he says, well, we have to play perfect. We can't make mistakes, and we have to just find a couple counter ganks. Basically, it's about expecting where they're going to be aggressive. They know IG want to be super aggressive. If they're there with the counter gank, with the strong return fire, then hey, they turn things around. One
Uh-oh.
fight going their way can make a world of difference.
Even the support on dying, just a little bit too much for Ferrari to deal with. Just mauls him for a little bit. The buckler is there. The nice news for LGD is now they can go back for that second level of items, for all those support items they were missing. They've got the Earn Up on Jakiro. Black Hole is on cooldown, so I don't really think they can fight this. Ice Path not going to be there. The silence is in play. But look at the Eidolons, the heroes of this fight so far. IG forced back by the demonic conversions, and when it's 23 minutes in, you have this much AoE and you have a Night Stalker. That's something you would not see if Ferrari was having a good start. He would not be running from Eidolons. He'd probably have his BKB. He'd maybe have his Aghanim Scepter. He would be way too tanky to care, but they drive him back.
Yeah, it's been constantly driven back here. IG are keeping up for the most part in terms as far as farm and items go, but that's coming mostly from all this tower gold of theirs, and that's something which won't last forever. They're going to look to take out Roshan, get the Aegis here so they can keep being aggressive and not give LGD a chance to take some towers of their own, catch up as far as gold goes. Right now, though, it's even with Aegis, it's still so hard to teamfight because of this level difference in between the heroes on IG compared to LGD, who are just doing so much better from all these kills and from winning all these teamfights.
Absolutely, and IG is going to seek a Roshan in here. Who will take it? It will be Ferrari. Interesting choice. Death Prophet does have the Bloodstone, is pretty damn difficult to kill, and if she dies once, you cannot come back with Exorcism. You can save it, but she's sort of like a Dragon Knight, where it's not really the same hero once you die once. Of course, GoDz, apparently your Dota TV auto not working, so guys, we do apologize for that. We'll try to get it fixed for you as soon as possible. At this point in the game, it's been back, it's been fourth, and now, well, gold, dead even. Aegis up on IG. Big experience lead for the Radiant, but it is starting to dip.
Yeah, it is. It's starting to dip. And I'd say IG, with this Roshan, with the Aegis, they've now got a bit of a chance here. They can look to sort of be aggressive, find those kills, and they're constantly doing that. They smoke up, they're going to walk right past these Eidolons if they want, but it's hard to find those openings. And if they don't, if they go into a slightly weird angle, if they go into a bit of if they find one of those choke points or bottlenecks, suddenly it can be Zhou pulling a lasso in, baiting everyone into a big black hole. They don't want to fight in a choke point. They need to fight in sort of a more open space where there's not going to be a chance for Enigma to get off a big black hole.
Yeah, there is. And, you know, IG do have the ability to just run away from this Enigma. He doesn't have the Blink Dagger yet. He's not that fast. They have the Sven Warcry. They have the Night Stalker's move speed. They have a pretty good team to disengage. And LGD can only catch one. They can only catch one here with the lasso. That's pretty much going to be it. So if IG, as long as they don't fight a choke point, they could just back off if the fight gets rough. And, well, the one good news for LGD is that Aegis slowly ticking down and IG not really getting too aggressive with it. They went for the smoke. It didn't work. Now they're going to back off and farm.
Yeah, if LGD avoid the ganks, fantastic. And so far they've managed to avoid giving IG too many kills by just sort of giving them up a tower here and there. That's where IG are getting their gold from. So IG at least adjusting to the situation, recognizing they can't get kills, taking towers instead. But that's kind of the trade LGD want to make. LGD out farming their opponents apart from this Death Prophet. As far as net worth goes, Enigma, Luna, Batrider all doing pretty damn well right now. Jakiro, not a hero who needs items or farm. You've got the Undying. He just wants to tank up, and he's going to have his mech up very, very soon. And with that, LGD's team fight and ability to sort of take these fights, as we're seeing them somewhat avoid right now, except on their own terms, really gets so much better. It's going to be so much easier with a mech on their side.
It is, and you know, also the armor, very important against Sven and against Death Prophet, because again, the ult does physical damage, so armor is the key to dealing with her, along with eventually, you know, some damage items up on your Luna. Luna, if this game goes long enough, should be able to outcarry Death Prophet. The one concern is she's quite far behind. She's 4k gold. I would say if they have even farm, Luna easily will outcarry Death Prophet, but when she's behind like this, it gets a little bit trickier. It does come down to the team fight. It comes down to Zhou, who's got an Invis Rune. Does IG have a gem? They don't blink it. Catches out Zhou. Doesn't have the ult unloaded yet. Now the Eclipse. BKB, Black Hole on 2. Great fight for LGD. 2 to fall. Now the Black Hole stolen. Even better from Chuan, except there is no backup, and YYF in a lot of trouble. Getting sticky napalm, getting kited, really needs that BKB, and without it, he just can't deal with this Batrider. LGD take another convincing fight. They might even get Ferrari. They might get one more. It's daytime, and if they kill him once, they probably kill him twice, and that means the Aegis gone Ice Path on 2. Hero Jakiro, YYF next to fall. Easy peasy, lemon squeezy. LGD are going to wipe IG with an Aegis, and it's all because of that Zhou 8 Batrider.
Oh dear. Oh dear. Zhou 8 with the Batrider, with this initiation, playing that mid-roll once again and making it work, making wonders happen for LGD. LGD, this is just I don't know, they seem to just be a team who suddenly clicked. Everything's just working for them, which it hasn't in the past. They've struggled somewhat through the group stages, drawing against teams like MUFC, and just not had a very convincing run throughout the tournament as a whole, as well in other tournaments as well. But they are playing like champions. They have found that champion spirit. They want this G1 League Championship, and they want to be the team to beat IG. IG, a team who have not lost since the International 2. They haven't lost a match in Dota 2, I believe, at all. The only match they've lost has been in Dota 1, and, well, they are a team that LGD may have just figured out.
I've been harping on the Batrider play, but you look at this kills, deaths, and assists, and gods, it is a total team effort. 15 kills involved for the Undying, 17 kills involved for the Jakiro, 15 for the Luna, of course the Batrider at 15, even the Enigma 14. They're not just finding solo kills, they are playing as a team, and that's what you need to do against IG. You're not beating them with individual skill. We saw that even from the best players in the world. Mushi, Yamate, that's some of the strongest carries in the Asian scene in the world. They could have a great start. It doesn't matter. You got to beat IG with teamwork, and that's what LGD are showing. Just exceptional teamwork, and frankly, at least for this game, it feels like they have IG totally figured out.
Yeah, they really did. I think they read IG's draft very well. They expected what IG would pick. They knew what they could go into to counter it well. And their counter, I mean, the reason they have all these assists, it does fall back on the teamwork, but it's also their playstyle. Their playstyle, they've been grouped up as 5 for about the last 15, 20 minutes. They are always grouped up as 5. They never split push. They never go off and farm someone on their own. They don't really have anyone too farm dependent. I mean, the Luna somewhat is, but they're always with Luna. They're always grouped up, and IG are just like, what do we do? They try and engage. They try and get those kills, which their lineup needs, but the group up from LGD is just too damn powerful. It
is, and you know IG wants to do that, because look at the wards. Look at the lane wards. Look at the wards outside of the enemy base. They want to find lone heroes. You know, I honestly would love to go back, watch this game, and just fast forward, zoom in on the minimap, and kind of do one of those time-lapse photography jobs, because I'm pretty sure LGD have barely been apart at all since the laning stage. Even in the laning stage, it was those little things like rotating Enigma down into your own jungle, keep him near the tri-lane, keep him both to protect them and to protect him from the Night Stalker ganks. It started as soon as that first nighttime began, and, well, it hasn't stopped since then. So what do you do if you're IG right now? You're in a bad position. You have some viable late-game heroes. A lot of eggs in this Death Prophet basket. Is going for a cloak now. How can IG get back into this game?
It's just amazing. This game is a classic game of one that kind of doesn't make sense for people who are maybe not as experienced with competitive Dota. Because IG, they've taken down every outer tower. IG have complete map control. They've got wards at bottom river, mid lane. They've got wards all over the place, but they're still not winning just because of hero composition. LG just have this crazy death ball, and all IG can keep doing really is split push or look for an amazing initiation. I don't know how they get it against the BKBs. I feel winning a team fight is just not a possibility here, so they need to keep split pushing. But right now it's LGD with this death ball marching down bottom lane. Take 2 towers, they back off, and that's going to really start to give LGD a lead in the gold department, which is something they haven't really had the entire game. It's been very even, or even on IG's side, because of all the tower gold IG are getting.
Absolutely, and you know, for IG, they are getting these BKBs up, but LGD already have their BKBs. They're on to the next set of items. They're on to the Refresher Orb on the Enigma. Baller as hell from DD, of course. Matt to style up on Luna. BKB complete on the Batrider. And for him, I call it sort of a next item because he started with the Blink Dagger. Mechanism even up on Yao. Everybody's getting farmed. That's the hallmark, I think, of LGD even more than other Chinese teams. They really prioritize farming their supports, and you know, it's working so far. This is, it's when they farm, they don't actually always sit on top of each other. They're not 5-man farming one jungle camp, but they just farm so close together that it feels like they're all doing it.
That's what was really amazing. Going back to, like you say, Enigma just came bottom. He wasn't even coming bottom ganking. He was just coming bottom farming neutrals, being close to his team. They left top lane. They gave Death Prophet a fairly early tier 1 tower. Even the tier 2 tower, Enigma did return to sort of defend it for a little bit, but the tier 2 tower went down uncontested, so it's just been stay near your team, but keep on farming while doing that. And LGD, they're doing it now at the top lane. They've got Luna marching down. They're going to try to take down these last outer towers of their own and just continue to extend this lead, which they've now accrued. It's getting really difficult for IG. It's where does the initiation come from? They've got the BKB on Ferrari. This is the one thing which can sort of lead off a fight for them, but they don't have the damage to really follow it up, I feel.
Oh, blinking from Zhou. Zhou is here with the BKB, with the lasso, and Zhou just melts. You can have the most farm carry in the game. It's only 14:37. Talked about a big black hole, but will be stolen by Chuan. It has been. He's got the black hole, but what can they do with it, gods? The answer is absolutely nothing. Faith getting mowed down, blinking forward is zhou. Faith might fall to this. One more clip or one more lucid beat and the ice path, they're gonna catch him. 4 heroes dead. LGD, just absolute train wreck for IG. They can't fight into LGD anymore, but they can't avoid the fight any longer either, because here comes the tier 3 push. Here comes what looks to be the first set of wrecks for LGD.
Oh my man, what a game to start things off with. LGD, the underdogs, the dark horses of this tournament, have just managed to take a tier 3 tower against a team like IG. They haven't really fallen behind the entire game. Despite dropping a lot of towers, they just traded towers for farm, and this is really looking to be LGD in a fantastic position to take game number 1. IG, by no means out of this. They've managed to farm some decent items on most of their heroes. They've got the BKBs on their initiators. They've got a ridiculously farmed Death Prophet. Rubik has a 4-staff, so they're going to have to start getting those team fights, and getting those team fights that I don't know how they find one, but they need something. They need more map control. They need to get pickoffs here, go for another smoke gank soon, maybe look for Roshan, but right now it's just not working for IG.
One thing they do have, godzz, is a Chuan black hole. He never died in that fight. He stole the black hole. He backed off. Roshan is about to respawn. This could be the opening for IG. On the side of LGD, you have a refresher orb, so in theory they have a black hole, but you know dd doesn't want to waste that refresher orb now. He wants to try to let black hole cool down so that he can have 2 in one fight, and well, we'll see if he gets caught out and the black hole's not ready to go. It could be bad. In comes Sylar, looking to scout things out with the Manta style. Roshan will drop very quickly to this Fen and the Death Prophet. The jig is up. Everything is revealed. Who's going to go in first? Who's going to back off? Both teams kiting back and forth, but all the while Death Prophet's ult slowly wearing him down. The Tombstone's got to be in the right spot. Undying pops the ult. Now the Tombstone to fall. YWF gets lassoed. They don't lasso. The Death Prophet black hole by Chuan. Not going to happen. He gets stunned. Now the counter black hole. You can't stop me, says ddD. Can't touch this. That's actually an extra D because he's playing like a triple D, even better than the double Ds. DD on fire with this black holes, and LGD once again team wipe IG and godzz. This prompts something we almost never see. IG giving up when they still have 2 full lanes of Rex.
Wow, I'm left shocked here by what LGD have just done. They were dark horses, but I didn't expect them to do this. I assumed if they wanted to be a team like IG, they had to mix up their heroes. I thought they might, but I didn't think they would do it this successfully. The entire draft just came together. Every little gap was filled. Everything from changing the roles. They've had Yao, who's played mostly their solo mid, initially playing heroes like Invoker, going to their offlane Bounty Hunter. He's now playing a support Undying. They've changed up the roles. They've changed up the heroes. Their entire playstyle has just been reinvented. And they've really prepared for this matchup against IG. All this practice, I imagine, for this G1 League tournament, probably playing with that LGD international team in their training house has paid off. They've taken game 1 against IG.
IG, the team that, you thought would maybe just skate through to an easy 2-0 victory. That ain't happened today, folks. We have ourselves at least a ball game. This is looking good for LGD. They take IG down, but they don't do it on a fluke. They don't do it on a gimmick. They do it in convincing fashion, beating the strategy that IG used so successfully against them in the group stages, the Night Stalkers Fen. They didn't have the Bounty Hunter, and maybe that's what really hurt them in the end. This is game 1. Game 2 should be coming up in just a few moments' time. Thank you all for tuning in. I'm LD. He's godzz. We're Beyond the Summit. We appreciate your support. Thanks for showing these teams some love, and stay tuned because game 2 in this best out of 3, where there's $53,000 in total prize pool, is coming up soon.